OM System has been feeling very generous this year by granting me a lot of wishes that I was hoping to see in 2025, one of which is the update to the famous and very popular 1.8 prime series. And today we are looking at two of them, the 17 and the 25mm f1.8 Mark II. Hi, it's Jimmy Cheng here from RED35 and welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to look at the 17 and the 25mm f1.8 Mark II, designed specifically to match the brand new OM3, which I also done a preview video for in this channel. If you want to check that out, the link is right up here and in the description below. But today we are going to concentrate on the update of these two very popular prime lenses. Over the past few years, I have done many videos regarding the 1.8 prime lenses back in the Olympus era, and all these videos proven to be very popular. And why is that? Because these lenses are very, very good and people wanted to check them out. And in fact, those who bought into the Micro Four Thirds community and starting to use Micro Four Thirds cameras would know that these are the lenses that represent Micro Four Thirds. Why is that? Because look at them. They are tiny, small, light, which is what Micro Four Thirds stands. As good as these lenses are, which are still very much valid in 2025, even with the high megapixel Lumix camera, which worked brilliantly by the way, many of you have been asking for weather sealing, myself included, because for the past few years, I've been traveling a lot with my OM5 or the EM5 Mark III series. But I have to take with me 1.2 or the 2.8 Pro lenses because of the weather sealing. The reason is that because a lot of the places I travel involve a lot of unpredictable weather patterns. And that means that I have to prepare for all sort of eventuality. So weather seal system is my priority. So I couldn't really take any of the 1.8 prime lenses. And as much as I love to take them because of the form factor, I simply couldn't. But things are about to change with the brand new Mark II series. So let's go back and have a look at the original 1.8 prime series, and let me explain a little bit of that before we move on to the Mark II. So first of all, the original 1.8 prime series was designed and made with budget in mind, with the exception of the 17mm, which is a premium build with full metal housing and a manual clutch, which everybody loves. The 25 and the 45, on the other hand, are plastic with a much lower price tag. And to be quite honest, I have recommended these lenses for many photographers, beginner or even professionals, because how good they are and how attainable they are. So what are the differences between the Mark II and the Mark I? With the 17mm, the changes are very minimum, at least externally, because you really can't tell the difference from the outside. If you look at it directly on from the side, they look almost identical. Well, there is a little bit of a height difference there. I think the new lens is slightly taller than the older lens. Of course, now it has weather seal. This is another thing you can't really tell unless you open the back. Then you can see the rubber ring around the gasket and also internally as well. But the biggest change perhaps is the lack of manual clutch of the Mark II lens. I did ask OM System about the removal of the manual clutch because many of you like the manual clutch. They actually said that if they include the manual clutch in the weather seal lens, it will make the lens a bit bigger. So it's a trade-off, I guess, But for me, like I mentioned before, I would prefer the size over something like the manual clutch. Something that I think manual clutch is useful for filmmaking, but these are lenses that's for photography, which to me is actually okay. So I don't really mind having without the manual clutch, just like the 20mm f1.4 Pro lens, which is exactly the same. With the 25mm, the changes are more substantial, but not superficially though, because, well, if you put them side by side, you really can't tell the difference. They look almost identical once again. But if you put them on your hand next to each other, you can feel the difference. Because remember, the original 25-1.8 is a budget-oriented lens with plastic body. The new lens is now not only weather seal, but also full metal housing, matching the quality of the 17mm f1.8 Mark II. So now these two are equal. To me, I would call these new lenses the mini pro lenses because they feel just as good as my 1.2 and a 2.8 pro lenses in my bag. And because of that, now it's a very good matchup with the brand new OM3 and your other metal bodies like the EM1 and the OM1. Yeah, to me, it is really, really good. And it's something that I was hoping to see in the last few years. And now they're here. You may wonder the image quality and the optical performance coming up from these new lenses. Well, in short, brilliant. They work just as brilliant as before. It works brilliantly on the brand new OM3, the OM1 Mark II, even the Lumix cameras with the 25 megapixel sensor. So that is the good news. I'm not going to go through MTF charts or break wall. I just rather show you sample images, which you're going to see in just a moment. At time of making this video, I don't have specific specification of these lenses, but all I'm interested in is how it performs in the real life, which you are going to see right now. See what I mean? They are just brilliant. I love these lenses. They are very high performing, very sharp in the center, wide open with minimal vignetting. The distortion is very well controlled, flare as well. It's just overall a very nice, pleasant lenses to have. They are very neutral when it comes to rendering, so it's not too vintage, not too modern, which giving you a very good I would say neutral vibe if you can into that. So that means that it gives you a lot of room to massage your file to your liking. For me, when I'm using on the OM3, I did use the color profile to fine tune a lot of the feeling of the lenses to make it look more vintage to my liking, especially matching the OM3 aesthetic. So that is entirely up to you. And these lenses, I think, to me, is the standard for someone who may be interested in starting photography, but even seasoned professional would like this sort of look as well. And finally, the autofocus and video application of these two new lenses. What do I think of them? Well, I think they are very quick and very efficient, especially the 17, which I always like to use on the street. It just snap focus so quickly for all the random scenarios that you may encounter in life. The 25, if you put it side by side to the 17, is ever so slightly slower. However, when I say slow, it's still very, very fast. Fast enough to track some human subjects that moves randomly. For instance, young kids. So if you're a family guy, mom, you can, take photo with the kids running around with the 25mm with ease. So don't have to worry about that. I think it's very, very good. But having said that, neither of these lenses are sports lenses. So you don't expect to track subject like Usain Bolt running towards you in full speed. So as tracking a Formula 1 car, panning left and right and things like that, it's not going to be as quick as, high-end professional lenses, but it's certainly fast enough for everyday use. And because of that, I think it also means a very good video lens. Overall, I think that during the time where I have these lenses in London testing with the OM3, I have no problem tracking anything on the street when it comes to videoing. It works very smoothly, very quietly. It's just a brilliant option for everyday capture. So this is the quick overview of the brand new 1.8 series lenses, the 17 and the 25mm f1.8 Mark II. What do I think of it? Would I recommend it? Personally, heck yes. I've been hoping to see the weatherproof 1.8 primes for a while. Not only that, OM System have move one step further by upgrading the 25 into a full metal housing, which means it now matches the premium feel and the ruggedness of the brand new bodies, like the OM1 Mark II and the OM3. So together, it now gives me a lot of confidence when I go out and shoot in a very hostile environment, whether it's going to be raining heavily, very dusty, and things like that. I am very happy to use the 1.8 prime lenses, and it gives me the best option for traveling because it's not as big, as heavy as the 1.2 Pro lenses, nor the 1.4 Pro lenses. So these are great options for me. So that's it. That's my opinion. I would like to hear from yours. If you have any comments about the 1.8 Mark II series, please leave some comment down below. But now, what's next for OM System? And I'm pretty certain that others are coming because they have started the series now with the 17 and 25. There are a few lenses still remain, the 45 and the 12. I can't wait to see some update of these two lenses as well. So that I know they're going to come in the future, but we're off for a good start in 2025 with these two updates. It just brings smiles to my face. I hope they do to you as well. Anyway, you know what to do now. Thumb if you like this video and sub if you want to stay in touch with all things photography and, of course, OM System. Until next time, I'll see you all very soon. Peace out. Welcome to the bonus sections. I am genuinely excited about these lenses, and I am very happy to see them finally get updated to be not only weather sealed, but also upgraded in terms of construction, especially for the 25. It's now metal. So brilliant. I love them to bits, and no doubt I'm going to pick these up as well on top of the OM3. So it's not very good for my wallet, but it's something I've been dreaming of for a long time. So I'm definitely going to have a set of them. In the meantime, of course, like I mentioned already, we still have a bunch of prime lenses that maybe waiting to be updated. So for instance, the 12, the 45, and also the 75-1.8, they're all not weather sealed. So maybe at some point, these will see some sort of update. But what I'm hoping to see as well, now since the ball is rolling, I would like to see another new lens coming up from OM System is the ultra-wide rectilinear prime lens, such as a 6, 7, or 8mm 1.8 rectilinear. I know we have a fisheye lens, but like I said, it's a fisheye lens, not rectilinear. I would like to see a rectilinear ultra-wide with a 1.8 aperture. So something like the 6, 7, or 8 will be brilliant. I know at the moment we do cover that range. There's a 7-14 2.8 Pro lens and also the 8-25 f4 Pro. But those are slower aperture, so not necessarily good for ultra low light photography, such as astrophotography, for instance. So something like that will be super handy and also very desirable. So I'm waiting to see that to happen, and I can't wait to see if there is something to happen in the future. And maybe another one will be on my wish list at least, is something that is even more exaggerating, is such as a 25mm f1.0 autofocus. And that will be something to scream about. Just like the Fujinon the 50mm f1, that is like a halo lens that I mentioned many times. So having something like that in the lineup is always a good thing, even though it may cost you an arm to buy it. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Let me know in the comment section below how you feel about all of this that I just said, and how you feel in general about the new 1.8 Mark II series. Anyway, see you all very soon. Have a good day. Bye for now.